So, hi everybody. Hi, hello. Okay, so in iFern we always say good morning. Kahit hapon, good morning pa rin kami. Pero morning pa rin naman ngayon. No? So, welcome everybody, no? Pasig City Science High School. So, buti malapit lang kayo rito, no? So, anyway, welcome to iFern, no? This is our boardroom. And, you know, just a quick introduction. On January 2025, I'm 20 years as CEO of multi-level networking business, no? So, in the Philippines, pag narinig networking, oh my God, scam siya, di ba? Pyramiding yan, di ba? Ingat ka dyan, no? So, you know, we have made things very, very different, no? Number one, we have created Fern-C. No, Fern-C is the #1 sodium ascorbate vitamin C in the Philippines. It's the only vitamin C in the world with the World Branding Award from Kensington Palace. No? So since 2007, #1 na siya. 2024 na ngayon. No? #1 pa rin si Fern-C as a sodium ascorbate vitamin C, the pioneer in this category of vitamin C. And then in 2012, no, we launched Fern-D, no, na since 2016 has been the #1 vitamin D in the Philippines and is a 5-time awardee of the World Branding Award, again from Kensington Palace. And on November 25, we get the 6th World Branding Award for Fern-D. No? Ito yung best na vitamin D na mabibili mo sa buong mundo. No? Fern-C and Fern-D are both Filipino brands, pero ang raw material niya galing sa Europa. No? So Fern-C and Fern-D are the only vitamin C and vitamin D you can now buy in the world na galing sa Europa. Ang haba ng introduction ko, pero hindi yan yung pakay ng negosyo ko. The goal of my business, or iFern, is not to sell the best vitamin C, is not to sell the best vitamin D. The goal of iFern is to create millionaires. Gumawa ng milyonaryo. So kung meron tao na gustong yumaman, you come to iFern, you come to the right place. Kung gusto mo maging milyonaryo, mas tama yung pinuntahan mo, you come to iFern. So bakit importante na makagawa ng milyonaryo? No? Kasi lumaki ako, nakita ko yung lolo't lola ko, nanay tatay ko, they've always been helping people. No, they're turning ordinary employees into business people, into entrepreneurs. No? Tinutuluan nila paano magnegosyo, pinautang nila para makapagpatayo na negosyo. So that inspires me very much. Pero sabi ko, kung ang tutulungan ko lang, yung kakilala ko lang, kakilala ng pamilya namin, hindi marami yung matutulungan ko. That's why the idea for iFern was created. Because the vision, sharing prosperity through entrepreneurship, doon kami nag-umpisa. Aasenso ka sa pagninegosyo. Ngayon, binago na namin, no? Kasi yung sa resulta namin, over almost 20 years, ang nakita namin, when people join our business, when they take our products, when they do the business, anong nangyayari sa kanila? Nababago yung buhay nila. That's why ang slogan namin ngayon, or yung tagline namin, iFern, we change lives. Okay, so today, you know, we're very happy to meet all of you, and I hope that this meeting, no, of course, created by Go Negosyo with our leader Joey Concepcion, no, the boardroom, giving you a taste, no, matikman ano ba yung negosyo, ano ba yung utak ng mga negosyante. We hope that this day will change your lives also. So welcome to iFern.
Morning po, sir.
Morning.
So, ano po yung experience nyo that influence your interest to pursue the health and wellness field?
Okay, magandang tanong yan. Walang influence. Kasi ang nangyari, inalok lang siya sa akin. Sabi, Tom, meron ako tinatayong networking company. Marami tayong matutulungan. Marami tayong mapapayaman. Okay, so ganun lang. Tapos sabi ko, talaga ba? Sabi ko, anong networking? So, in-explain niya kasi I don't know what is networking, I don't know what is MLM. Pero ang nag-click sa akin, marami tayong matutulungan, marami tayong mapapayaman. So, that hooked me into it. And then, when I was inside the company already, merong in-introduce na product sa akin, sodium ascorbate nga, the non-acidic form of vitamin C. And then, sabi ko, maganda to. But I was not running, no, the company. I was chairman of the board, no. So meron nagpapatakbo. Once a month lang ako bumibisita sa office, no. Silip. But you know, we founded it in 2003. By end of 2004, it was bankrupt already. So I decided to take over as chairman CEO, and then sabi ko, tinignan ko lahat ng product, 300 yung produkto, lahat hindi mabenta, lahat overpriced. Ang nakita ko yung vitamins lang. Sabi ko, parang ito lang yung gusto kong ibenta. Sabi ko, itong 299 na produkto, lagay mo na sa bodega yan, ayaw ko na ibenta. Ito na lang yung ibebenta ko. And that product was Fernsheet. So doon ako napasok sa health and wellness. It was not about any interest, but what was in front of me. Yun yung nasa harap ko eh. Yung 299 walang kwenta eh. Ito lang yung may visa eh. Kaya yun yung binenta ko. And doon na, nanganak na ng nanganak. Naging letter D na, naging letter E na. Diba? Dumadagdag na lang. Alphabet lang yan. Marami pa tayong dadagdag.
Morning po, sir.
Good morning.
For my question po, I would like to ask, what is your advice po for those aspiring entrepreneurs na gusto rin po pumasok sa business na in the field of fitness po or wellness products?
Okay, maganda yung question mo, no? I think bilang kabataan, the answer is in front of you. Nandyan yung TikTok, nandyan yung IG, nandyan yung Facebook. Libre na yung yung panahon namin, meron pang dictionary, encyclopedia. May library pa eh. Ngayon siguro wala na library, no? Kung meron man library, baka tambayan na lang yon. Kasi everything is in front of you, no? Social media, the best thing that you can do to help yourself is to research. So, if you want to get into that field, kailangan mag-research ka muna. What's out there? Ano ba yung trending? Ano ba yung sikat? And what aspect of the health and wellness or fitness do you want to get into? Kasi dati wala naman influencer eh. Dati pagka personal coach ka, pupuntahan mo yung tao direct. Ngayon, meron ng personal coach, Zoom meeting lang, di ba? So, you need to decide what field, no, within that health and wellness and fitness industry you want to get into. Gusto mo ba magturo? Gusto mo ba mag-talk about it? Gusto mo lang ba mag-post about it? Gusto mo ba talaga mismo ikaw yung maging fit? You need to decide that, but everything starts with research. And then after the research, when you already know what you want, napili mo na yung gusto mo, I would go to yung tinuro sa amin ni Boss Joey Concepcion, money market mentorship. Kailangan may puhunan ka para mag-start, no? But right now, because of social media, kahit walang puhunan, 'di ba? Basta may cellphone ka, basta meron kang data, pwede ka na mag-start, 'di ba? Number 2, market. Sino ba yung audience mo? Sino ba yung bebentahan mo, 'di ba? And of course, mentorship, what we're doing right now, little bit, kailangan merong magtuturo sa iyo. Meron kang matatanungan. At dapat ang tatanungan mo yung may nagawa na sa negosyo, no? May nagawa na dun sa health and wellness, sa fitness industry para mabigyan ka ng advice. Pero ang maganda ngayon, because of social media, kahit hindi mo kakilala, di ba, pag nag-PPM ka or nagko-comment ka lang sa kanya, di ba, nagkakaroon kayo ng interaction, pwede kayo mag-usap, pwede kayo magkita. So, you can get free advice, free mentorship by just following these people na ina-idolize mo or nakikita mo na meron na yung resulta na gusto mo. You just follow them and you just PM them, no? If they answer you back, then magkakaroon ka ng more idea before you start doing something.
Good morning po, sir. We're still students po and marami po kaming projects and assignments. Pero gusto po namin mag-start ng business. Can you please give us some advice to how to handle those situations?
Okay. So, number 1, bawasan natin yung scrolling. Bawasan natin yung social media. Tama? Kasi kakain niya ng oras eh. Di ba? Kunyari, you're supposed to do a project. Biglang may lalabas na YouTube. Di ba? May Reels. Manunood ka. Gulat ka. 2 hours na pala yung kinain mo sa panunood. Di ba? Or right now, because of data, social media, cellphone, di ba? Walang tigil yung chat. Di ba? Yung nagkukulitan kayo sa chat group. So, yes, maraming assignment. Yes, maraming mga project na ginagawa. Pero, para hindi naman magbibigay yung school ng project at examination at what na, inaral naman din ng mga teacher eh. Talagang lahat ng binigay sa inyo, whether it's exam or okay, study chapter 1, study chapter 2, inaral nila yon. May syllabus yan, may course plan yan. Parang alam nila how much time you have in order to do this. When they give you an assignment, there's enough time to do it. When they give you a project, there's enough time to do it. But unfortunately, nauuna yung mga pagbabarkada, chat, 'di ba? Kasi ngayon kahit hindi ka lumabas ng bahay, yung utak mo naman wala sa loob ng bahay, 'di ba? Kahit na nasa bahay ka lang, 'di ba? Nagtago ka ng 4 na oras sa kwarto mo pero ka-chat mo mga kaibigan mo, 'di ba? Nagkukulitan kayo doon. So doon nauubos yung time. The most important thing or advice I can give you, time management lang. Kung ang goal mo kumita, okay, magde-devote tayo ng time para kumita. Kung ang goal mo tapusin yung assignment, unahin mo muna yung assignment mo. Kung ang goal mo matapos yung project, unahin mo yung project. Meron ka examination, ang goal mo mag-aral, unahin mo muna yon. But unfortunately, students, no, may anak rin naman ako. Of course, we know that nauubos yung time. Games, chatting with friends, di ba? Watching videos, di ba? Watching whatever. So, yun yung tatanggalin. The most important advice I'll give you, remove all the distractions first. Diba? Do what you need to do as a student so that you have enough time to do kung gusto mo mag-sideline ng negosyo if you want to start something. Huwag mo na ubusin yung time mo dun sa, sabi nga na, doom scrolling, di ba? So, huwag mo ubusin yung time mo doon. Huwag mo ubusin yung time sa kikipagkulitan sa mga classmates. Kasi meron kang goal eh. So, you need to prioritize kung ano yung goal mo. Kung ang goal mo, makipagbarkada lang, walang problema doon. Do that. Kasi enjoy your life as a student, di ba? Pero kung meron kang goal na kumita, magbibigay ka ng oras para maumpisahan yung negosyo mo or mapatakbo yung negosyo mo.
So for my question po, sir, ano po ba ang core values po ng iFern and paano nyo po ito napapalaganap sa buong company nyo po?
Okay, ang ganda yan. Meron kaming core values pero hindi ko na natatandaan kasi every letter, yung iFern, every letter meron yan, no? But I think the most important is about family, no? What we're doing is for our dreams, for our family. But ang mistaken notion ng Pinoy is kailangan, pag mahal kong pamilya ko, kasama ko yung anak ko, kasama ko yung asawa ko, ako yung magplaplansya ng uniform, ako magtutupi, ako maghahanda ng baon, ako maghahatid, ako magsusundo. Hindi. Ang idea namin, you love your family, you need to make sure that you're earning enough to help your family achieve their dreams. Tama, lahat may pangarap eh. Tapos ang mga magulang, may pangarap ang tatay, may pangarap ang nanay, tapos may pangarap sila para sa mga anak. Pero pag ubusin natin yung oras natin sa pamilya natin, hindi natin magagawa yung negosyo na dapat natin gawin para mabigay yung pangarap nila. So yun tinuturo namin dito. Na you love your family doesn't mean you need to spend all of your time with your family. You need to spend time to make sure that you earn enough to make the dreams of your family come true. And of course, mentorship is very important for us kasi yung mga naunang kumita na natuto sa akin kasi I mentor everybody. So lahat ng nauna na natuto, na naturuan ko, trabaho nila na magturo din dun sa nasa ilalim nila. Kasi yun yung way namin of duplicating. Kasi I cannot help everybody at the same time. But I can help the people who started and then the people who are earning, no, they are the ones who help the people under them. So yun yung pinaka-important sa amin. You love your family, you need to make sure you earn enough for your family. And number two, you need to teach or pay it forward. Dapat ituro mo yung natutunan mo. No? Kaya dito makikita mo, no, kanina when you were downstairs, lahat, hi, ganyan, nagpipicture sila with each other kasi they don't see each other as competition. No? They see each other as, you know, people that they're collaborating with to grow their business. Does that answer your question?
Thank you po.
So good morning po, sir. Regarding the company structure po, I want to know the key decisions and turning points po that led to the company's current standing in that business.
Okay. Key decisions, no? Important when it went bankrupt in 2004, I decided to take over. Kasi if I didn't take over, wala na yung company. Diba? So that's one of the key decisions, no? So I decided to take over in January 2005. And then when I decided that we're not gonna sell the other products anymore, we're just going to sell Fern-C. So that was another key decision, no? That led to Fern becoming a billion-peso company, no? With only one product, no? In 2007, we sold more than $1 billion worth of Fern-C, no? In 2007. One company, one product. Na nung 2005 bankrupt, by end of 2007, 1 billion na siya. And the next key decision was splitting the company into two. No? 2012, we split the company into two. Si Fern naging selling Fern-C sa drugstore. And then iFern was created with Ferndy, and now I think we're at 16, 17, 18 products, no? So 2012, iFern was created para maging Fern International. Kaya may I sa harapan. I stands for international. So iFern, from Fern naging iFern because naging global na yung ambition namin. When I started running the company, my children were all very young. Kaya ang gusto ko lang, mag-travel lang within Philippines para meron ako out-of-town trip, 1 day, 2 day, balik na ako sa mga anak ko. Pero nung lumaki na sila, graduate na sila lahat ng college, no? Kaya willing na ako mag-travel sa ibang bansa to start growing the business. Kaya naging iFern na, naging international na yung ambition niya. So those are the key moments for me.
So, good morning po, sir. My question is, ano po yung qualities and experiences na kailangan po namin in order maging successful po sa health and wellness industry?
Okay. The most important is never give up. No? Any type of success in your life, you need to have that value that you will never give up. Kahit anong mangyari. Okay, yung sinasabi, di ba, palagi, may pinagdadaanan lang. Di ba? Pero after 1 week, pinagdadaanan pa rin. After 1 month, pinagdadaanan pa rin. Hindi na pinagdadaanan yun. Tinambayan na yun. Diba? So, when we have a problem, the goal is to solve it. Not to sit on the problem. No? Students, sino ba yung successful student? The successful student is the one like me that solves problems. You solve the problem, you move on. Pagka iniyakan mo, tinambayan mo yung problema mo, hindi ka makaka-move forward. Diba? So, for me, that's the most important quality. No? Never give up. The next one, always learning. Kailangan, hindi mo pwede sabihin, kahit na first honor ka, kahit na ikaw yung valedictorian, it's not enough. Because wala ka pang alam, high school ka pa lang eh. Yung college student ka, mas marami pang alam sa'yo, di ba? So, even you're the smartest, you still have something to learn. Ako, no, CEO na ako, billion peso company yung pinapatakbo ko, but I still have a lot to learn. Diba? Whenever I'm in a go-negosyo event, I learn so much. When I have some time to talk to Joey or listening to Joey, I learn a lot. Diba? Parang yung goal ko palagi matuto. Dapat everyday may matutunan tayo. When everyday we learn something, everyday we become a little bit better. But every day you need to understand, student, no, may problema, out of school youth, may problema, parents, may problema. Single parents, may problema. Negosyante, may problema rin. Maliit na negosyo, may problema. Malaking negosyo, mas malaking problema. Understand that wherever you go in your life, there will always be problems. That's why hindi tayo pwede mag-give up kung gusto natin maging successful. And then, something we teach here, listen to people whose life you're dreaming of. Dapat yung tatanungan mo ng question, no, obviously, mas mataas dapat yung narating sa'yo. Tama? Mas maganda yung buhay niya kaysa sa'yo. Kaya magtatanong ka sa kanya. Does that answer your question?
So, hello, Sir Tommen.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank your presence here with us, for giving your time with us. And my question is, what legacy do you want to leave here? Not just with iFern, but for the whole health and wellness industry.
Well, so far we've created Fern C, no, as I said kanina, World Branding Awards, no, the only vitamin C with the World Branding Award from Kensington Palace in the world, no, and Fern D, the only vitamin D with the World Branding Award from Kensington Palace, no, on November 25, 6 in a row. So on the health and wellness, we have created our mark. No, we've changed the industry, no, by having a little-known Filipino brand being recognized around the world as the best. Okay, but the true legacy that I want, no, I always talk about it, diba? Parang when you die, there's a what do you call this? There's a minityo ka, diba? Nakalagay dyan, he died, he was a loving father, he was this, he was that. Sa akin, Tomani Tan, he created many millionaires. Okay? Because on my birthday, my last birthday, I turned 55. I said, my new birthday wish is to create 1 million millionaires. So right now, everything that I'm doing is, being funneled to creating that 1 million millionaires. Right now, we have 750. Okay, so mahaba pa yung number, no? So we're accepting a lot of applicants who want to become millionaires, no? Perhaps you're one of them, no? Kasi learning about business can start as early as, grade school. I remember I was in grade school, I was selling stickers to my classmates, di ba? So right now, my children, went through school also being very entrepreneurial. Ngayon, ang negosyo ko is magturo, maging negosyante with the end goal of becoming a millionaire. So yun yung legacy ko, to create 1 million millionaires.
Thank you po, sir.
Okay.
Wonderful day po, sir. So, kanina po you mentioned na the goal of this company po is to create millionaires po din. And na-mention din po yung concept na yung employment versus entrepreneurship, which is we know na sa Philippines, po talaga siya, laganap talaga siya na many Filipinos, nagsistay lang po sila ng empleyado all throughout their lives. Kaya parang wala po silang chance na maging millionaires. So, sa tingin niyo po, what are some practical ways po to influence the Filipinos po na parang magkaroon po tayo ng cultural change or parang somehow po, ma-help po or encourage sila na ma-change yung perspective natin na magiging empleyado lang ko all throughout my life or since kasi po di ba may misconception din po sa networking na scam siya. So, paano po ba natin ma-i-aid yung ganung situation sa Pilipinas na nag-hinder po sa buong ninyo na mag-create ng maraming millionaires?
Okay, magandang question mo, no? And there's many answers to that, no? But I think the most very basic that the Filipino has is close-minded ang Pinoy, no? So we need to, if we have a question about something, we need to ask the successful person, di ba? Kung kunyari, networking scam. Yung tinanong mo yung nalugi kasi hindi naman niya alam gawin yung negosyo, mali yung napagtanungan mo. Dapat nang tanungin mo, somebody like Matthew, no, yung nag-tour sa inyo, he earned $1 million a month. As a 21-year-old, no, high school graduate, he earned $1 million in 1 month. Siya yung dapat tanungin. Paano mo ginawa? Ano ba yung sikreto? Tama? So, mahirap talaga baguhin. Pinakamahirap baguhin sa tao, mindset. And I've been working 20 years changing mindset. And napakahirap niyan, no? That's why when I say to create 1 million millionaires, kasi we change mindset one person at a time also. Kung ang goal ko lang, kumita ka lang, 50,000, 100,000, masyadong maliit yung goal ko pagka ganon. Kasi the person who earned 50,000, 100,000 can only help his family. But if I help turn somebody into a millionaire can help many people. A millionaire can help his community, right? A millionaire can help his family. So, siguro yung practical at pinaka-basic na pwede natin masabi na pwedeng magbago, question lang, gusto mo ba kumita ng extra? Pag ang sagot, yes, o sige, meron akong ituturo sa yung negosyo, magbebenta-benta lang tayo, kikita ka. And itong produkto, kailangan araw-araw. Itong produkto, hindi nalalaos. Kahit na dekada na, kailangan mo pa rin siya. And then, siguro one basic thing, yung Pinoy kasi, hindi nahihiyang mangutang. Diba? Oh my God, may pinagdadaanan ako, tulungan mo ko, please. Ikaw lang ang makakatulong sa akin. Send to everyone. Diba? Ikaw lang makakatulong, wala na ako ibang malapitan. Pero send to everyone, diba? Same message. Pero pag magbebenta, nakakahiya. Para mag-post nito, nakakahiya kasi, oh my God, sabihin nila, gipit ako, nagbebenta ako. Diba? So, the Filipino need to change that. Hindi nakakahiya mangutang, pero nakakahiya magbenta. Maling-mali yun. Kasi any CEO of any company is selling. When Joey is talking about Go Negosyo, he's selling. Diba? When he talks about his popcorn, he's selling. When I talk about my vitamins, my toothpaste, I'm selling. When I'm saying I'm gonna want to create 1 million millionaires, I'm selling. Walang CEO na hindi nagsasell. Lahat ng mga global CEO na sikat ngayon, when you see them on TikTok, they're selling. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay.
So, in a personal point of view, what were your side gigs as a student? Like, what were your side gimmicks, side gigs? For instance, is me during the pandemic. I was just grade 7, and then I got hit by the pandemic. It's online, straight. No face-to-face. So I ended up doing online freelancing, online marketing. What were your side gigs? Yes, overall, what were your side gigs?
Okay, so I was just selling anything, no? Kasi that time my mom resigned from working for my grandfather. So she was flying back from Hong Kong to and fro, no, buying things to sell. Kasi the imported items that we see in the store now, hindi pa uso nun. No, so my mom would travel, like I was saying, I was selling stickers to my classmates, right? And then nauso yung mga toys, no? That time Voltes 5, no? Parang I don't know kung naabutan niyan. So yung mga toys na sikat, no, hindi yan uso. Hindi katulad ngayon, pwede kang pumunta ng Green Hills, you know, marami ka ng stores mapupuntan. Dati hindi, no? So we need to source the product from abroad. So nagsasabi ko sa nanay ko, kasi meron akong toys na gusto. Pag gusto ko yung toy, syempre yun yung sikat, yun yung uso. Sabihin ko, Mami, bili ka extra set, bebenta ko sa classmate ko. So I would sell whatever my classmates were looking for. No, I would sell, you know, the beautiful pencils. That time uso yung pencil case. No, yung beautiful yung pencil case, yung mga pinipindot mo, may lumalabas. Pag pindot mo dito, may nagpa-pop up. Yung kabila, merong yung pencil sharpener. Pag pop up mo dito, may lalabas na eraser, mga ganon. So I would sell that to my classmates. So, nag-start ako sa ganon. Basta, yung mga magagamit ng mga classmate ko, I would sell that.
But just to go back to the previous statements po.
Yes.
You were saying that you need to spend more time earning than spending more time with your family. What would the public say about that? Like, as a average Filipino po, in the perspective of the public eye of the Philippines, what would be their, like, opinions po on that?
Yeah, they will bash me.
That's the thing, but
Tama? But they will bash me, but I have a better life than them. They will bash us, but the people here in iFern doing our business have a better life than ordinary Filipino. Kasi the people, okay, you spend a lot of time with your children. Pagdating na ng tuition, hahanap na mauutangan. Pautang, oh my God, no, babali sa office. You know, I have employees too. Diba? They advance their 13-month bonus during tuition season. Diba? Kasi para makapagbayad sa enrollment, they need to borrow on their Christmas bonus. Oh, so, yung tinutulungan namin, okay, Monday to Friday you work, tapos we have people who are doing the business part-time. So sabi niya, sir, nagsasacrifice nga ako Sabado-Linggo para kumita na extra. So, ang turo ko, let's change the terminology a little bit. Let's not call it sacrifice, let's call it investment. You need to invest your Saturday and Sunday for your dreams. Monday to Friday pays for your bills. Saturday, Sunday, you invest for your dreams. You want to have a better life. So you need to invest time to have that better life. And the best investment of your time is in the right business that will earn you enough for you to have your dreams. But if you don't have any dreams, adi walang problem. Monday to Friday, work for your bills. Tapos Saturday, Sunday, bonding ka with the family. Pero bawal mag-shopping, tingin-tingin lang. Di ba? Punta ng mall, palamig lang. Di ba? Hindi pwedeng, kunyari, punta kang Jollibee, McDo. You cannot order everything you want. Di ba? Limited lang, budget meal lang. Kasi may budget.
thank you for your answer.
Sure.
So, good morning and thank you, sir. So, you have experience with bankruptcy. So, do you have any advice po for people who are already struggling with their business? Since the business industry is very unstable din po. And some are failing or some are reaching bankruptcy. So, are there any advices or tips?
Usually, people fall in love with their business na akala nila, I need to save this business, na it's time to move on na pala. Okay, so my advice is, take stock, be realistic. Ask for people who know better than you. No, huwag ka magtatanong doon sa nalugi din sa negosyo. Diba? Kasi mali yung may sasagot niya sa'yo, lugi nga siya eh. Magtatanong tayo doon sa successful. That's why Go Negosyo is doing the mentorship events, diba? Puro gano'n naman yung tatanong, sir, itong negosyo ko, ganito, ganyan. So we would give them practical advices, no? So ang advice ko sa gano'n, kung lugi siya, bakit siya lugi? Dahil ba mababakuhan niya, tapos mababa rin yung benta niya, diba? May renta siya, di sara mo na lang kung gano'n. Diba? And most people, they don't know why they're lugi. Diba? Hindi nila alam kung bakit. Tapos yung mga iba, okay, nagtayo ka Tiangge, you're selling, example, clothes, no? Or beauty items. Tapos, hindi siya nadadagdagan. Hindi siya nababawasan, nadadagdagan pa nga ng alikabok. Diba? Kasi everyday hindi nang mumove. So, why are you opening this store na everyday nakatunga kang ganyan? Na mga tao, dinadaanan ka lang, hindi siya bumibili. Diba? So, what's the point of having that business? Okay, so many businesses that are failing, they need to be closed. understand very well ano ba yung negosyo mo. Paano ka kikita at bakit ka nalulugi. Dapat alam mo yung mga sagot dyan. If you know the answers there, then the conclusion is obvious. Close this business. So thank you very much for spending time here in IFERN. The Pasig City High School. We're so happy to meet all of you, especially you're all in the Entrepreneurs Club. The message is, business is not easy, but it's, in my opinion, easier than being an employee. Okay, so being an employee is hard. Being poor is hard. Okay, being a businessman or an entrepreneur is hard also. And being rich is hard also. Mahirap maging mahirap, mahirap rin maging mayaman. So, pumili ka. Gusto mo ba maging mahirap? Then, continue the traditional path in the Philippines, which is, okay, study, then become an employee. You want to have a better life? Then, change it a little bit. Diba? You graduate, studying, of course, everybody's goal is to go to college, but in my opinion, it's not necessary because you can start doing business even as a high school graduate. Or you can do the business together with being in high school, you can do the business while you're in college. Pwede natin pagsabayin yan, di ba? But the end goal, which yun yung pinaglalaban namin dito sa IFERN, as I said, creating 1 million millionaires, the end goal is to become an entrepreneur, to become a business person so that you can earn for yourself, not just be working for somebody else, but earning for yourself, for your family, and working for your future, na meron tayong pwedeng ipamana na negosyo sa mga anak natin. Kasi if all of you have parents who are employees, wala silang mapapamana sa inyo na negosyo. You need to find your own way.